All right, John. So there is a possibility that we might go into another lockdown. And from the first round of it last year, a lot of businesses had to shut down, but the ones that were innovating kind of learned from some of those mistakes. So what are some of those mistakes that these businesses could learn from last time going forward?
I think a couple lessons right out of the gate was how important your website is. So a lot of services business, a lot of businesses that sell like a retail product, they were able to transition to online sales. And I'll give you one specific customer of mine up in the mountains, never did online sales. Didn't want prices on his website, didn't want online sales.
What'd they do?
Furniture. Yeah, furniture, bedding, and so forth. I talked him into it. We were locked down. This was beginning May 1st of 2020. Whenever the lockdown happened, all the businesses were closed for a couple of weeks to a month in North Carolina. Anyways, talked him into it. We got the prices on the website, started really pushing some online buying. His first Saturday doing it, and we're just talking a few days later. His first Saturday doing it, he sold $10,000 in inventory. $10,000 his first Saturday. So, the first thing is making sure your website is ready to take online sales. Even if you think your product can't be sold online, look for ways to get it sold online. Come up with different tiers or something with different pricing. The second thing I'll say is, and this is or, get your website right and get your Facebook page right, where you can list your services and products on there with prices and allow people to be able to purchase right straight from Facebook. This is becoming, really, really important, and Facebook is making a big push for its shop. And the reason I say that is generally speaking, Facebook and these other services, whenever someone buys something from you on Facebook, they charge a 3% fee. Now they're charging 0% because they're trying to help small businesses. So the point is I would make sure my website is tight and if you don't have a website, make sure your Facebook page is tight with the products and the services and the prices on there and so forth. That's the two things I would do right away.
So that's interesting because, as we're sitting inside during a pandemic, doing nothing, now you start thinking about, hanging out here more often. I'm going to buy some furniture. I want to paint some walls.
Yeah, I got stuff that needs to be done.
So I think a lot of these in-home places like furniture stores and, Sherwin-Williams and all them are probably skyrocketing in some sales right now. And that goes for all little businesses too, like hardware stores, those mom and pops that are around here, like the, Sleepy Poet, where people could just go buy those knickknacks and just sit at home more often, working from home. Now you want to pretty much have your office look the best as it can.
Yeah. 100%, when people are going to spend money, they're going to find things to do. And I think we saw with the rush on Lowe's and Home Depot and all the home projects and, the furniture industry was just absolutely crazy. And what happened is everybody started buying furniture and they got backed up. And then in places where the furniture is manufactured, China, Vietnam, and so forth, due to their COVID cases, they had to close down for a couple weeks. And all of a sudden, furniture is now backed up. If you went and ordered a sofa right now, you'd be waiting 20 to 30 weeks for a sofa, depending on which one, if they don't have it in stock. So, yeah, people have money. People are going to spend the money. As business owners, what we have to do is set ourselves up to take advantage of that. And listen, I'm not saying winter's coming. I don't know. I know Lancaster County just sent 1,000 students home to be quarantined. Next county over, 1,000 students home to be quarantined. If we start going toward the lockdown, and especially with winter actually coming and the virus may get worse, I don't know, I'm not a virologist, but I just think we need to be prepared as business owners for, what happens if, different paths. If this happens, I should be prepared for this. If this happens, I should be prepared for this. The nice thing is talking about the website and your Facebook page, making sure it's built out properly with prices and services properly displayed and that you can take payments. You need that anyways. Whether or not there's a pandemic going on, you should, online sales are accounting for a big chunk of people's businesses, period. During the pandemic, okay, 50, 75%, whatever it is. Without the pandemic, maybe 20%, but that 20% can still be pretty significant.
Like you said, whether there's a pandemic or not, this is kind of almost a new normal. So a lot of companies are requiring just go back in the office once or twice a week, even if that, there's some companies like Bright House Financial, they went away with office whatsoever. I don't know what Ernst & Young's doing or anything like that. People are not traveling as much for business purposes. So yeah. So let's talk about more of this Facebook set up to sell items and even big items like furniture through the Facebook platform.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm not saying the lay person could do it. They could do it. It's just going to take a bunch of time. To me, it seems pretty easy, but it's, I've been doing it. But I'll just give you kind of the nuts and bolts of it. With the goals first. The goal is you want to have your product or service displayed, an image or even a video with a description of it, and then the price, and allow people to buy. Now, maybe you're in maybe your business, things have to be quoted. Well, I would still have some common things. If you're looking for something that looks like this, then the price is going to be around this. If you're looking for something that looks like this, your price is going to be around that, and so forth. I'd try and estimate it. But the point is I would have that on there. If you're a business that has multiple products, lots of inventory, you can upload a catalog, and it can be done with an Excel or, well, I don't think Excel, I think it's just CSV. But it can be done with a CSV file with a picture, a description, a price. All of that can be uploaded, and I think up to 95,000 items. And it can be displayed in your shop where people can literally shop and go from here. You can break it down into categories and different things. And people can purchase, they can buy. And you're getting charged 0% from Facebook. So that's getting your page set up. You have if you have lots of inventory, you can upload the catalog. It'll be displayed in your shop page. Another cool thing that you can do is once it's in your catalog on Facebook, and once the catalog is uploaded and it's in your Facebook catalog, what you can do is on your post, you can put little pins on there, and it looks like little dots. And when someone clicks on that dot, it gives a description of let's say it's furniture. It gives a description of the sofa. The width is this many inches. The length is this many inches. The depth is this many inches. This is the fabric, and this is this, and here's the price. And then I think it even says, it asks you, do you want to see similar items with other pictures to keep people shopping and engaged? Facebook's really got it going on when it comes to that. So that's the nuts and bolts as far as getting it set up.
So if I purchase like a couch from this store, how much does Facebook take from it?
Yeah, 0%.
0. So it's just like Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, so in the past with your Facebook shop page, they would take 3%, kind of like Square or Stripe or whatever. Facebook is charging you 0.
It's cool about Facebook too, like because I sell some stuff on, like I sell old film gear and stuff like that I just don't need anymore. I have my credit card in there. The second somebody pays through Facebook Pay, it's instantly in my bank.
Yes.
That is the coolest thing. It doesn't go through like Venmo where it takes like, wait 48 hours so you don't have to get a 3% fee or anything. It's like instant, done in your bank account. It's the coolest thing.
Yeah. Facebook has really, obviously they're pretty forward thinking. Especially what you're talking about with Facebook Pay. And that even comes into the iOS 14 update. They have a lot of things on the horizon where I promise you there's going to be a lot of answers and better things on Facebook to get around the tracking limitations right now, where they're going to find different ways to create audiences so you can target people as far as marketing goes. I know that gets a little bit off of the subject, but yeah, Facebook's got a lot of really, really good things going on right now. I don't know if you saw this or not, and obviously you can tell none of this is scripted. We're just kind of riffing. They also created workrooms where you can have virtual meetings in workrooms now.
Yeah, that's a big thing that they're pushing around. I see it on social media all the time. Yeah, they're like, people are like looking at their hands. They're getting distracted because they're like, whoa, this looks crazy. And they're like talking to each other right next to each other. It's pretty cool.
It is.
I want to try it. I never tried virtual reality before. And I should just buy me an Oculus, especially that I have 360 cameras. I just use it so I can swipe through and see a room. But if you're like able to put it on your head and look around even for like real estate, or imagine doing it in a furniture store where you just have a display of all the furniture and you could put on this 3D virtual reality situation. You'd be like, oh, that couch looks good. And you could like maybe laser point it and then it shows the dimensions of it. Imagine that being happening.
It's coming. It's got to be. Facebook's making a big push on augmented reality and virtual reality.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's the future right now. It's a new way we're going to watch movies pretty soon.
Yeah.
VHF, DVD, streaming. Now it's going to be. You have to keep going. You have to keep going.
Well, and with all this new technology coming down the pipe, you have to, as business owners, you have to know it's coming and kind of have someone like us, guiding you and saying, hey, I think this will really fit in your model. I don't know that I'd worry about this just yet. Not enough people, not enough early adopters are on it yet, kind of thing. But yeah, you have to, this is important to business owners because that's what it's for. All of this stuff coming down is for business owners, and like you were just kind of plugging in where it could, some of this stuff could work.
So any last words on Facebook Marketplace before we wrap this up?
Well, not Marketplace. Having
Or
your
Facebook.
shop and Facebook sell. I would say, the next step to this is making sure your website's also got your services, your prices. People can pay you on there. Capture leads so you can call them back. And I think now's the time to be set up, with or without a pandemic, to have your website set up to sell online services, inventory, and the same with your Facebook page. I think you have to have all those kind of working together. So,
all right.
That's the last words.
Well, thanks for giving us the information, and we'll talk to everybody soon.